Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Saturday, June 25, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. New York Yankees vs Houston Astros. Our team pick is Yankees for the win. A huge factor in Houston's success this season has been boasting the league's best bullpen, but it couldn't hold on late Thursday night in an intense loss to the Yankees. Houston got off to a great start with Alex Bregman launching a 3-run homer in the top of the first inning before Yordan Alvarez also smoked a 3-run shot in the third, only for the Yankees to win it in the bottom of the ninth with a 4-spot. Starter Framber Valdez went 6 innings, allowing 3 runs on 2 hits and 3 walks, while striking out 7. Ryan Presley was charged with a loss and blown save as he allowed 4 runs, while getting just 1 out. Jose Altuve had a 3-hit game including 2 doubles, while Bregman was on base 3 times. Houston remains up on the money line despite being a big favorite in most matchups, while going 34-35 on the run line. Overs are just 23-44-2 for the Astros, although none of their last 4 games have gone under the betting total. The Astros have only been a mediocre scoring team at 4.35 runs per game despite posting a .739 ops that ranks in the top 5. Houston pitching has been terrific with a 3.10 collective ERA that is 3rd best in the league, including a mark of 2.68 from a bullpen that is still comfortably atop the leaderboard. Alvarez is one of the top hitters in the game this season with a 1.071 ops, 22 homers and 54 RBI. Altuve has also been great in 54 games when healthy, posting an .878 ops with 13 homers and 37 runs scored. Christian Javier will be on the mound for his 14th appearance and 10th start, having gone 4-3 with a 3.07 ERA, while piling up 68 strikeouts in 55.2 innings. The 25-year-old picked up a win over the Chicago White Sox last Sunday, allowing 1 run on 2 hits and 4 walks over 5 innings, striking out 5. New York remains on pace to win a staggering 120 games and earned maybe its more memorable victory yet this season with a 4-run ninth to topple the Astros on Thursday. Giancarlo Stanton's 3-run shot in the first inning was New York's only scoring until the bottom of the ninth, when Aaron Hicks tied the score on a 3-run homer before Aaron Judge won it on an RBI single. Starter Jameson Taillon struggled, allowing 6 runs on 10 hits while striking out 3 in 5.2 innings. The bullpen picked him up, with Miguel Castro tossing a scoreless ninth to earn the win. Judge had another multi-hit night including the game winner, while scoring a run. As great as the Astros have been all season, the Yankees just seem on a different level right now and are impossible to pick against at home, where they have won 15 straight into Friday night. The Yankees are well-rounded in every facet, and Javier will have a little trouble matching zeros with Cole with a deep New York lineup on the other side. While overshadowed by some of his teammates in the rotation this season, Cole is having another ace-level season with outstanding numbers across the board, including a 25.4 KBB%. The Yankees provide plenty of run support, leading baseball with a 120 WRC+ as off-season additions like Jose Trevino plus a bounce-back season by Gleyber Torres has helped add depth to the star-studded core. Javier can get a little wild with a walk rate that is just under 10% and is not typically very efficient with his pitching count, with the Yankees poised to jump on any mistake he makes. This is a tough team to bet against right now, even facing a strong Astros side, and Cole will lead another win here. Our total pick is under 8. And here is why. The Houston Astros are in the top 4 in 4 important pitching categories. The Astros are 3rd in team ERA at 3.10, 4th in WHIP at 1.14, and have the 2nd most quality starts with 35. Houston pitching is holding opposing hitters to an average of .221 at the plate, which is 4th best in baseball. Justin Verlander has a team-high 8 victories and leads the Astros in strikeouts with 81. Christian Javier gets the nod on the mound Saturday for Houston. This season the right-hander is 4-3 with an ERA of 3.07 and 68 strikeouts. The New York Yankees have the 2nd best team ERA in baseball, 2.94, and are 1st in WHIP with 1.07. The starting rotation for New York has 29 quality starts, which is 7th best in baseball. The Yankees pitching staff is holding opposing hitters to an average of .214, which is first in baseball. Jameson Taillon is the leader in victories for New York with 8. Gerrit Cole gets the nod on the mound Saturday for the Yankees. This season the right-hander is 6-1 with an ERA of 3.14 and a team-best 103 strikeouts. At the plate, the Yankees are also in the top 3 in 3 major statistical categories. New York leads baseball in runs scored with 316 for an average of 5.14 runs per game. The Yankees are second in slugging percentage .441 and third in on-base percentage with .327. New York has a team batting average of .245, which is 13th in baseball. Aaron Judge has 27 home runs and 53 RBIs to lead New York in both, while Anthony Rizzo has 19 home runs and 49 RBIs, which are both second to Judge. The Yankees have hit 96 doubles, 4 triples and a baseball leading 117 home runs in 70 games. New York starter Gerrit Cole has had 2 consecutive strong outings, with the total finishing under in both. Houston starter Christian Javier has also had 2 consecutive strong outings and the total finished under in 1. The total has finished under in 44 of Houston's 69 games this season, which is the highest percentage in baseball at 65.7%. Tampa Bay Rays vs Pittsburgh Pirates. Our team pick is Tampa Bay Rays -1.5 runs. And here is why. The Rays have struggled over the past week, losing 5 of their last 7 games. They will try to turn things around with a win over the Pirates, which will give them their 3rd win in their last 8 games. Tampa Bay is averaging 4.03 runs per game. Their .232 batting average is 24th in the league. Their .296 on-base percentage is 25th, while their .375 slugging percentage is 26th. Yandy Diaz leads the Rays with a .263 batting average. Isaac Paredes leads the team with 9 home runs, while Ji-Man Choi leads the team with 34 RBI. The Pirates are playing well at the moment and they've won 4 of their last 5 games. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Rays, which will give them their 5th win in their last 6 games. Pittsburgh is averaging 3.60 runs per game. Their .220 batting average is 28th in the league. Their 2.91 on-base percentage is also 28, as is their .360 slugging percentage. Ke'Bryan Hayes leads the Pirates with a .264 batting average. Bryan Reynolds leads the team with 12 home runs, while Michael Chavis leads the team with 24 RBI. The Pirates are playing well, but they have struggled on the road, losing 7 of their last 8 games away from home. They've struggled offensively, scoring 8 runs in their last 3 road games. Things won't get easier for them in this game because they don't hit the ball well against right-handers and Kluber has done a good job on the mound in recent starts, giving up 9 runs in his last 5 starts and won't have trouble slowing down the Pirates. The Rays have won 4 of their last 6 road games and they're playing well offensively, scoring 11 runs in their last 3 home games. They won't have trouble scoring in this game because Brubaker has struggled on the mound, especially on the road, where he has given up 13 runs in his last 4 starts, so go with the Rays to get the win. Our total pick is over 7. And here is why. The Pirates are having a rough season but recently, the team has turned a corner and can put together a strong second half of the season. For the upcoming game, the Pirates will turn to JT Brubaker who is putting together a strong season, allowing only 41 runs in 70 innings pitched while tossing 70 strikeouts. Moreover, with a .237 expected opponent batting average and a 3.91 expected ERA, opponents are making little to no contact off of Brubaker. The Rays are playing above .500, but hope to improve from 4th place and arguably the best division in the MLB. Corey Kluber is a former Cy Young Award winner, but is having a rough season, allowing 28 runs in 67.2 innings pitched. In addition, with a .266 expected opponent batting average, a .467 expected opponent slugging percentage, and a 4.02 expected ERA, opponents are making hard contact off of Kluber and driving in runs as a result. While the lineup has struggled all season, scoring only 3.67 runs per game, the batting order has turned a corner recently, scoring 35 runs in the last 5 games. Bryan Reynolds 12 home runs and 114 total bases, while Ke'Bryan Hayes has 3 home runs and 91 total bases, but the back half of the lineup has also stepped up recently. Michael Chavis and Jack Suwinski have combined for 18 home runs and 153 total bases, while top prospect Oneil Cruz, in only 5 games, has already added 4 hits and 8 total bases to the lineup to provide an extra spark to the batting order. Both starting pitchers had great starts in their previous games and look to eliminate 2 struggling lineups in the upcoming game. However, this is a low total and both teams look to step up and drive in runs from the first inning. The Rays should constantly drive in runs with Ji-Man Choi, Randy Arozarena, and the rest of the lineup making contact off of JT Brubaker to plate base runners throughout the game. The Pirates, who have scored 35 runs in the last 5 games, should run up a score with Brian Reynolds, Kebrian Hayes, Jack Sawinski, and the rest of the batting order swinging for the fences and powering the ball off of Corey Kluber to drive in runs in multiple innings. Baltimore Orioles vs Chicago White Sox. Our team pick is Chicago White Sox minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. Baltimore went on a 6-game losing streak in the middle of May that sent the Orioles to 10 games under the .500 mark. They have not tanked since then though, actually playing better than .500 over the past month. Baltimore split back-to-back 4-game series against Kansas City and Toronto on the road before taking 2 out of 3 against Tampa Bay last weekend. The Orioles then split a pair of games against Washington earlier this week before winning Thursday's series opener. They are still in last place in the competitive American League East, trailing New York by 20.5 games. Baltimore is still very much alive in the AL wild card race though, sitting just 7 games back of the final playoff spot. Chicago is still struggling to find its form during a season in which it has World Series hopes. The White Sox are not even in the playoff picture right now, heading into Friday's contest 2 games under .500. They went on an 8-game losing streak in April before adding a 4-game skid at the beginning of June. Chicago took the first 2 games of its series against Toronto earlier this week, but it lost its following 2 games. The White Sox are 4.5 games back of first place in the AL Central and are also 4.5 games back of the final AL wild card spot. The Orioles have struggled with consistency at the plate, ranked number 26 in team batting average, .231. Left fielder Austin Hayes leads the team with 72 hits, including 10 home runs. He will be facing a Chicago pitching staff that is number 22 with an ERA of 4.17. Right-handed pitcher Kyle Bradish is expected to start for Baltimore on Saturday afternoon. He allowed 6 earned runs on 11 hits and a walk across 4.1 innings against Tampa Bay his last time out. Bradish only has 2 quality starts in 10 appearances during what has been a disappointing rookie campaign. He brings a 7.38 ERA and 1.77 WHIP into this contest. They come into this game ranked 4th in the majors offensively, batting at a .256 clip. Veteran first baseman Jose Abreu leads the team with 67 hits, including 9 home runs. He will be facing a Baltimore pitching staff that is number 21 with an ERA of 4.15. Right-handed pitcher Lance Lynn is going to start for Chicago on Saturday afternoon. He allowed 3 earned runs on 4 hits and 2 walks, while striking out 5 across 5 innings against Toronto on Monday. Lynn gave up 3 runs on 10 hits and struck out 4 in 4.1 innings in his season debut last week. He posted a 2.69 ERA and 1.07 WHIP across 157 innings last year. Lynn started the year on the 60-day injured list due to a knee injury. There is no better time for Chicago to get its season back on track than this weekend. The White Sox have won 8 of the last 9 meetings between these teams heading into Friday's game. They also have Lynn back on the mound for his 3rd start of the year. He has had to knock off some expected rust over his first 2 starts, but I expect him to start rounding into form very quickly. This is an excellent opportunity for him, as Baltimore is one of the worst defensive teams in baseball. Meanwhile, the rebuilding Orioles continue to send out Bradish, despite his ineffectiveness up to this point of his rookie season. Our total pick is under. The total pick is under, and here is why. The White Sox have scored 2 runs per game in their last 3 games and were just 0 for 1 on Friday with runners in scoring position. The Orioles were not much better as they were 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position in the game and are averaging 5 runs per game in their previous 3 games. Lance Lynn and Spencer Watkins should be able to put zeros on the board and make this game go fast. The under hit in 4 of the last 5 games between Baltimore and Chicago, played in guaranteed rate field, so go with the under. St. Louis Cardinals vs Chicago Cubs. Our total pick is St. Louis Cardinals minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. Chicago has yet to name a starter for this one as of Friday night. They are waiting for a few starters to return from the Illinois. Adrian Sampson was recently called up from the minors and is a candidate. The veteran tossed 4.2 scoreless innings against the Braves last Sunday and has conceded 2 runs in his 5.2 innings pitched on the year. Sampson has accrued a 5.01 career ERA. The Cubs were dealt yet another series loss, this time 3 losses in 4 bouts in Pittsburgh. It's been a tough month for the Cubs, who only have 1 series win in June. The pitching staff continues to be exploited in many games, and they have dropped 8 out of their last 10 road games. The Cubs have key injuries. David Bote along with Sia Suzuki and Frank Schwindel are on the injured list. The Cards will have Miles McColl is on the hill for the 15th time of the season on Saturday. McCullers was stellar in his latest effort, holding the Brewers to only 2 runs in 6.1 frames, but received no help from the offense and was tagged with the loss. The veteran right-hander is having a tremendous season and has conceded 2 or fewer runs in 3 consecutive starts. McCullers features a strong 2.65 ERA and a 0.97 WHIP, accompanied by a 5.5 record in 88.2 innings. He allowed 4 runs in 5 innings against the Cubs earlier this month and is 4-2 with a 2.08 ERA in 60.2 career innings against the foes. The Cards are home after a 3-4 road trip which concluded with 2 wins in 4 meetings against the rival Brewers. St. Louis has been excellent at home, where they are sporting an 8-2 record in their last 10 bouts overall. The Cubs have been a disaster, especially this month. They have somehow only won 7 games in the entire month and now feature one of the worst records in the major leagues. The Cardinals are a strong club that has won 8 out of their last 10 home games. Furthermore, the Cardinals should feast on Cubs starter Adrian Sampson in this one. Sampson has amassed a 5.01 career ERA at the major league level and has only made 2 appearances all season. Chicago has a few injuries to the starting pitching staff, plus the team is rebuilding and just don't have the pitching depth. Card starter Miles McCullers continues to dazzle, registering a marvelous 2.57 ERA in his 4 starts this month. Our total pick is over, and here is why. With a win on Friday night, Chicago can clinch a much-needed series victory over their hated rivals by taking one of the next 2 games. Things have gone off the rails for the Cubs in recent weeks. Even after taking the series opener, Chicago is just 4-14 in their last 18 contests. Kyle Hendricks helped stem the bleeding for a pitching staff that has been under assault recently, allowing a whopping 8.3 runs per game over their previous 13 games. Overall, the Cubs ranked 27th, allowing an average of roughly 5.4 runs per game. They rank just 27th in opposing ops, .761, and 29th in home runs allowed per game, 1.41. After getting blanked Friday night, the Cardinals will be looking for a quick turnaround as they hope to pull even in the series against an inferior opponent. St. Louis bats have chilled over the past week, with the club amassing just 3 runs per game over their last 5. The Cardinals' offense ranks among the top tier in the league, averaging better than 4.8 runs per game, 6th, with a team batting average of .253, 7th. Paul Goldschmidt is putting forth a marvelous campaign, hitting .336 with 17 home runs and 61 RBIs. He is in contention for NL MVP through the first several months of the season. The Cardinals boast one of the stronger lineups in baseball, ranking well inside the top 10 in runs scored and team batting average. They will have their way with Sampson and a series of Cubs relievers on Saturday. Look for their top 6 scoring offense to blitz a staff that has conceded nearly 8 runs per game over the last 2 weeks. Expect McCullers to deliver another strong effort, but this Cubs offense has proven they have some pop, ranking 14th in ops. They will scratch out a few runs here. The over is 6.31 in the Cards' last 10, a trend that will continue here.